What I'm here to talk about today is high-value manufacturing and how, in particular, contract electronic manufacturers are a critical part of the supply chain and how important it is to take great care of your choice. Now, I've been in the electronics industry for about 30 years, so I know a little bit about electronic manufacturing, and that's primarily what I'll focus on today, but I guess I'm hoping it will be of interest to most of you, irrespective of what discipline you'll be in. So first of all, I guess since you're at this conference, you could well be in the business of developing and selling products that have a higher than average technical content, supply chain price. I assume that's why you're here. And I believe that primarily you should be focusing on quality, delivery, and flexibility, rather than necessarily on price and turnover. Now, I assume you'll all be interested in making a profit. If anybody's not, then please put your hand up. I'll quite want to do that slide later. I think if you can achieve most of the bullet points on that list there, you'll have a good product and a good company to base your business on, and will go away into the future with customer satisfaction. So if you are looking to engage in contract manufacturer or electronic manufacturing service provider, there are some things I think that are important that you should consider. In this particular arena of high-value manufacturing, it's extremely important to make the right choice. Now, I believe that choosing one primary supplier is extremely important, and I'm going to explain how each of those items on that list are key to your strategy. Now, I realise this slide seems a bit touchy-feely, maybe you're thinking it's a bit of a sales pitch, but I hope to explain how each of those points are important to you. Now, in my particular line of business, high-value manufacturing is not like making rubber ducks, so I hope that's not what you're here to do. But these days, I get an increasing number of questionnaires from prospective customers. Now, years ago, they would ask questions like, have you got ISO 9001 quality standard? And have you got enough room in your diary to take me out to lunch every now and again? Nowadays, things have changed slightly. They ask questions about experience with specialist supply chains, how many buyers and having that sort of technical knowledge. They ask how many specialist engineers and test systems guys we have in-house. And they ask some tricky questions about infrastructure and how it's geared for flexibility for their particular purpose. And I think over the years I've been able to get to know a lot of colleagues and competitors in the industry. And I've been able to do some surveys on all the contract manufacturers around the country. And this example compares a typical low-tech manufacturer with a high-value manufacturing company, both employing around about 100 people. And you can see that in the admin and quality departments, they're very similar numbers of people. But in engineering and test systems, there are over twice as many of those members of staff in a high-value manufacturing company as there are in a low-tech manufacturer. Another question that I would, or another discussion I would have quite regularly with customers was about putting all your eggs in one basket. They say, we're not going to put all our eggs in one basket, it's too risky. Nowadays, prospective customers are saying it's too risky not to put all your eggs in one basket. One primary partner does give you a significant number of advantages, but I think the most important one you see there in the middle of the list is the openness of the relationship. If you can generate a really open relationship with your manufacturing supplier, all the other things come as a byproduct of that. Economies of scale, maximisation of flexibility, and of course protection of your IPR. That pie chart shows a cross-section of our core customer base, and as you can see, about 3/4 of them use us as a primary supplier. Very often I think that and I asked them if they thought through their outsourcing strategy, and it's amazing how many times they haven't. But I think it's extremely important if you're going to outsource your manufacturing to think carefully about how you're going to, or what you're going to get out of the relationship. You need to protect your internal resources, and I've got an example here of what can happen if you don't do that properly. Let your manufacturing partner advise you on technical issues. Get your prototypes to beta test sites as quickly as possible. That's extremely important. And use an open price order system for that so that you can get the process going very quickly. And you can still command a significant amount of control by doing that. This is a real-life example of what happened to a customer of ours quite a while ago, admittedly. The company was an excellent company. They launched the first series of automated computer peripheral products available in the market worldwide, and they were very innovative at first. They had good design capability, although with limited resources, so they were all good things. But slowly, things started to go downhill. The MD decided that they would start concentrating on retaining some of the component procurements of critical, expensive parts. For obvious reasons, they could save some money rather than passing it back to the manufacturer. And that worked at first, and over half the organisation eventually was geared to saving money rather than making money. Their development budget was cut to focus on cost savings, and some years later, yes, they had actually saved some money, but had also developed no new products, and they paid the ultimate price in the end of losing the business. And just to emphasise that point, our particular customer base, and I'm pretty sure this is reflected throughout the industry in the UK, you can see that about 3/4 of our customer base are continuously developing at least one new product every year. What I have to worry about is that quarter that develop no new products each year, and I wonder to myself whether they're actually going to be doing business in a few years' time. So, just to summarise, think through your strategy. Choose your high-value manufacturing partner as a long-term relationship. Usually choose one primary partner. Embrace the whole of the outsourcing concept. Save you pennies and cost you pounds, and ultimately you can pay the price by losing the business. Concentrate on future development. Your core competencies of developing new products and selling and marketing. I'd just like to take you through a little case study of how a successful relationship like that can work. This is a company that manufactures OEM test equipment for the broadcast industry. They're a worldwide market, complex electronic designs. We manufacture all their products from beginning to end, including the full test, system test, and packaging the product ready to ship. They're high-value products. They're mainly thousands of pounds at end-user price. And the company's been established for about 20 years or so, and we've been dealing with them for about 15 of those. They do frequent new product introductions, and fast-track prototypes will take us straight to beta test sites as quickly as possible. Key expensive parts are ordered well in advance for production, so production is ready at the earliest opportunity, very often ahead of the competition. They're world market leaders in their particular industry and have won a number of industry awards. These are some of the products that we make for them. So just to finish, a couple of words about our company. BritonEMS is a dedicated EMS provider. We have no IPR of our own. We're not interested in intellectual property. We're a small company, £6 million turnover, with about 80 staff, and you can see that we have a number of technical, high percentage of technical people involved in our organisation to service particular customers that we engage with. Small to medium volumes only, that's what we specialise in. And those are the sorts of markets that we tend to deal in. And I'd just like to leave you with one parting thought. High-value manufacturing is a particular niche that we're really good at in this country. And I think it's really important that we keep it here. We've seen over the years that manufacturing has gone to China, India, and Eastern Europe. And I think it's really important that we retain the core skills and the manufacturing skills here in the UK. And it's down to you guys to